Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Nur Atika binti Japlun and my student ID is 2019666474. So now I am going to present the introduction for our case study. Okay, so basically construction is a profitable industry due to its extremely progressive growth, and it is also one of the most important industries that contribute to a country's economy because this industry creates jobs and contributes to economic development. However, construction is a very dangerous activity in which multiple parties might face a variety of obstacles in a particular surrounding. So in this case study, we will be choosing a local construction accident and investigate how can such an accident occur at the construction site. We will find out what are the possible causes of faults and what precautions or corrections measures that we need to do in order to prevent this kind of accident in the future.
My name is Nurul Hafizah, and I will be talking about the case elaboration. This case follows the death of a worker back in 2020. On the 23rd of June, a factory worker was reported dead in Johor. The accident happened when the foreign worker got crushed by a precast concrete mold while he was cleaning the mold for it to be used for the following activity. The factory was put under investigation and found several aspects that did not follow the OSH regulations and guidelines. This includes problems from the way that the factory was running and how they were managing their employees. All records and documents related to the accident has to be taken in consideration and collected to find factors that could cause the accident to take place. This helps to ensure that it does not repeat and the accident is properly taken care of.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurhana Amira binti Muhammad Fishrila from Porsi. I will be presenting the possible causes or faults of the accident issues in this construction. First, the factory was not registered with DOSH. DOSH, or the Department of Occupational Safety and Health, is a department under the Ministry of Human Resources. These departments are responsible for ensuring the health, safety, and welfare of people who are at work or protecting them from safety and health hazards. If the factory is not registered with DOSH, then the safety of the workers will not be guaranteed. Therefore, things like this will happen frequently and no one will held responsible for what happens. Number 2, there was no OSH system in the factory. Workplace areas that did not follow the OSH system are not possible always happen accidents despite the minor accidents. OSH system helps employees as well as employers be aware of their safety and also ensures their safety now or in the future. Number 3, 18 gantry cranes were not registered with DOSH. If the crane is not registered with DOSH, then the accidents involving the crane is not borne by the other party and the human life involved during the accidents will be wasted. Number 4, access to and from work was blocked. This incident will also interfere the employees to do their duties. When it happens, it is impossible to happen an accident at any time. The construction area should provide access to and from for transportation. Number 5, there was no risk assessment or HIRAC conducted in the factory. If this HIRAC is not implemented, then the risk to the employee or anyone who is in the construction area for injury will not be impossible. HIRAC helping to identify all the factors that may cause harm to employees and others. Number 6, there were no safe work procedures for related work. Employees must follow proper and safe work procedures to avoid injury or accident. I can give examples such as using a safety helmet while in the construction area. And lastly, the cleanliness of the factory was unsatisfactory. In the construction area is very important to take care of. This is because the construction area is a work area, and if it's not clean, it can interfere the peace of employees to carry out their work or duties.
I'm Nur Elisa binti Idris and I'll be explaining about precaution, safety, and correction measures. Precaution promotes safety. The first precaution that needed in this case was to ensure proper training and communication practices in the construction site. Construction workers operating in medium to high risk environment must have health and safety training so they can become ethical and careful of all the risks and actions they perform at the construction site. Having basic knowledge in first aid training also helps the workers to save their own or their colleagues' life. Other than that, displaying clear signs in a construction site is to ensure safety precautions. Workers on sites are exposed to many potential dangers. Therefore, it is mandatory to put up hazard and warning signs nearby the construction site to take precautions. Safety signs are the most cost-effective way to avoid hazard and dangers such as falling objects. To avoid the same mistake done as the case, safety must be taken in high priority for the construction workers. To start off, workers need to wear the corrective protective gear when on site to avoid heavy injury or fatality. Protective gear includes helmet, goggles, knee pads, ear protection, and high-vis jackets. Wearing the right protective gear will prevent workers from experiencing only minor injuries compared to having no protective gears. In order to prevent objects from site to collapse and fall, construction and maintaining of scaffolding must be taken in maintaining safety of workers. Scaffolding should be built on stable grounds with solid footing to avoid any nearby constructions from collapsing and harming any workers.
I am Azia Asmira. So, for the correction measures, the first one, the factory must register with the Department of Occupational Safety and Health (DOSH) under the Ministry of Human Resources to ensure employees' health, safety, and welfare to protect them from work accidents. Second, the workplace must follow the Occupational Safety and Health (OSH) system to prevent any minor to heavy accidents. The OSH system helps to improve all employee awareness of the safety and surrounding of the work environment. Besides that, all 18 of the gantry cranes in the construction site must be registered with the DOSH for its legal requirements inside. Next, providing an access for transportation needs to be done to allow easier access, driving, and walking for employees to do their work. Other than that, the factory must conduct a risk assessment (HIRIRC) to help identify all causes and factors that may cause harm to all workers working on site. Also, proper training and safe work procedures must be given to the construction worker to give them awareness to avoid an injury or accident on site. And lastly, the factory must be clean because it does not make the cleanliness satisfactory.
In a conclusion, there will be disadvantages and consequences on the ongoing project, such as delays in operation, which will increase cost of the ongoing project. Other than that, responsible parties also has to deal with legal action and compensation cost. Contractor will face difficulties in attracting good workers with such a reputation. And last but not least, contractor may have a harder time getting future employment to highly regulated procurement system. So these are the things we need to pay attention other than preventing accident from happening. Safety and health play a big role in construction industries. It can be either benefit you or bring disadvantages to your project based on how serious you take this issue.